Warning: the following program may contain language and other elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. You've been fucking warned.
Hey guys, Johnny Farrow here, and welcome to another episode of Musician Kitchen. This is the Season 2 finale episode, and I told you last week I was going to make it a surprise and I was going to make it fun, and this week I am going to show you how to make an awesome, super healthy actually, and delicious coconut milk ice cream. And check this out. This is a fun thing because you can really play around with it. As I'm sure you know, ice cream comes in many shapes and sizes and flavors and such. So I'm going to show you a base recipe, and the recipe I'm going to do today is cookies and cream. But I'm also in the description below going to give you a few other ideas of things you can add to your ice cream. And of course, you'll be able to play with this, as much as you like. One quick note before you get started on this is that most ice cream machines come with a bowl. This bowl needs to be in a freezer for 24 hours. The reason is if you don't do that and if it's not cold enough, it's not really thoroughly frozen through, what can happen is you put your ingredients in, they won't totally freeze, you'll just end up with watery, crap, and it just won't be good, okay? So, starting off with our ingredients here, we have, of course, coconut milk, maple syrup, vanilla extract, and of course Oreo cookies for our cookies and cream. Now the coconut milk, the vanilla, and the maple syrup, those are the base ingredients for vanilla ice cream. So anything that I would do with ice cream, I would start there. Today we're doing cookies and cream. You could just as easily do chocolate ice cream with cocoa powder. You can make pistachio with pistachio extract and nuts. The sky's the limit, right? So to start off, what we're actually going to do is we are going to blend together our ingredients. And some things to keep in mind all along is that the name of the game is keeping everything as cold as possible. So we're going to mix these things together, and then we are actually going to leave them in the fridge for like 20-30 minutes to really make sure the ingredients are as cold as they can be when they hit that ice cream machine. Okay, so starting off with coconut milk, we got 2 cans of coconut milk, and these are like 13.5, 14-ounce cans. That's kind of the standard size. Right into our pitcher here for our blender. And by the way, this is a full fat coconut milk. Do not get light coconut milk. You just won't come out right. The ice creaminess won't be there, right? Okay, now. Oh, I know what I did with it. Haha, I was being clever. I even put my measuring cup in the fridge to cool it down. We're going to do a half a cup of maple syrup as our sweetener, which, by the way, one of the things I like about this recipe, along with being just delicious, healthy, and simple, it's like, the sugar. Now, obviously, I'm going to be putting Oreo cookies in here, which is going to have processed sugar, but by and large, this is a recipe where there's no added processed sugar. It's maple syrup, it's tree sap, it's a natural sweetener, so really it's incredibly healthy as ice cream goes. Just popping that in, using my rubber scraper to make sure I get all that mapley goodness out of there. Oh, yeah. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And again, if you were doing like a pistachio ice cream, for example, you would do maybe, substitute pistachio extract for this, or do half pistachio, half vanilla, however you'd want to do it depending on what you like. So that's it on these. And we're going to pop these onto our blender here. And I'm not going to blend it for very long. It's going to be like, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute maximum. So turning this on, I said turn on. There you are. And here we go. I'm going to, give you a little music to make this a little bit more palatable to your ear. So here we go with the blender. All right, and that's all she wrote. Now, as I said, we are going to pop this in the fridge. This is your ice cream base here, right? So this is basically vanilla ice cream mix in here. Now, if you were going to do like cocoa powder, anything powdered, anything liquid that's a flavoring, you would enter it in at this point. With the cookies, I didn't want to blend them because A, I don't want them to get soggy, B, I don't want them to get all like super duper fun. I want it to be a nice chunky cookies and cream, right? So This is going in the fridge. My cookies are going in the fridge. And then we're going to come back and we're going to get this going with our ice cream machine. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're back. We got our ingredients, our ice cream base here nice and chilled down. Our Oreos nice and chilled. And this, we got the bucket for the ice cream machine that's been in the freezer. Mine's actually been in there for a couple days, but like I said, especially if you're just bringing the ice cream machine home, 24 hours minimum to get it really down to where it needs to be. You know, and if you make a batch and then it's like, you know, you made your batch and then you want to make another batch soon, at least throw it in for another few hours after you make a batch before you use it again, just to make totally sure that you're not, you know, that you actually get the product you want. Now, another thing is we are going to get this machine started and then we're going to pour our ice cream base in. The reason that we do it that way is that if we pour it in and then start the machine, you know, because this thing is cold as fuck. So, you know, you throw some stuff in and it's not already moving, you can get clumping at the bottom and that just can fuck up your ice cream, right? So I'm going to get this thing moving. Just going round and round we go. And then we're just going to slowly pour in. Just nice and lovely like. Ooh, the clumps. Making sure we scrape all of our coconut milk out. And you know, with coconut milk in particular, you're going to get some of the fat will congeal. So, you know, we just need to scrape it really good because you want all that fat from the coconut milk in there. Because that's kind of how, I mean, with milk, you know, like high milk fat ice cream, that's how you get the super creamy, nice, velvety ice cream thing happening. Oh. And man, even just this vanilla base smells freaking incredible. Now, we're going to take some Oreos. I'm going to take about a dozen. I have 14 in here. So I'm going to take a dozen. I'm going to leave a couple behind for garnish for later. And I'm just going to kind of crush them and drop them right in here. Right? Just with my hands. You can totally do these in a blender ahead of time if you want them less chunky, I guess you could say. I've done that. What I have found is that if you do that, you're going to end up with it looking more like chocolatey. And it's fine. It tastes freaking delicious. But it won't be like traditionally cookies and cream has, like, it looks white and vanilla-y and then it's just got the cookie chunks in it. So if you do it that way, you'll get more of a chocolatey ice cream because it'll basically pulverize it into powder. It'll then blend in with the ice cream that way. And then I'm just going to just kind of poke down to make sure all the cookies get in there. That's fine. And then quite simply, and it's you know, this is like the easiest friggin' thing in the world to do. By the way, this is a Cuisinart ice cream machine. I think it's like a $60 machine. It's not expensive. And they're a lot of fun. They're fun for the kids. And again, you make homemade ice cream, you know what's in it. You don't have all the crazy preservatives and stuff that you would tend to find in the ice cream you buy in the store, and it really is just freaking delicious. You know like how getting fruit off the tree is always better than buying it from the store. It's kind of the same thing to me. It's like a fresh made batch of ice cream versus something you buy in the store. It's better, you know. So I'm going to let this go for about 20 minutes. I'm going to come back and it's just going to kind of be ready, and that's going to be it, and it's going to be fantastic. So stay tuned for that, guys. All right, guys, we're back and we're ready to stop the machine, and check this out. Oh my God, this ice cream looks freaking phenomenal. I am so excited about this. Now, I'm going to take this lid off. Now, you may have noticed I've had a bit of a costume change, and there's a reason for that. This is for my bros at Artisan Design Concepts, for Travis and Staci. Amazing people. They make incredible epoxy creations. You know, resin epoxy, same thing, right? And, you know, they do, like, if you need a bar top, if you need a countertop and you want it to look like granite, but you don't want to pay the thousands and thousands of dollars for granite, they can take epoxy and make your countertop look like granite. I mean, the shit they do is fucking incredible. They also make kind of cool, like, more boutique stuff. Like, they actually gave me this incredible ice cream scoop with a custom epoxy and wood handle, which it's got, I don't know if you can see this, but the epoxy is actually purple, which they are, you know, people of my own heart. They know I love purple. And they gave me this, and it's a nice, beefy, heavy ice cream scoop. And, you know, they can make custom handles for anything. Like, They can do knife handles. They actually have done some incredible pizza cutters, some beefy freaking pizza cutters with pizza cutter handles, wine stoppers, like you name it, anything that needs a handle or anything that is a resin project. These guys do it. It's super incredible, really artist at what they do, and some of the nicest, coolest, easiest to work with people you will ever meet. So I can't recommend them enough. Their contact information will be in the description below. I'm putting their phone number on the screen here, so if you need them for anything, give them a shout. And we're going to use this ice cream scoop they made for me to dig into this ice cream right now. And take my bowl off. Just look at that. Oh my God, that's so exciting. So creamy and delicious. And it's interesting because, you know, it's you know, for me, as I've explored different kinds of alternate ice creams, because like personally, like I love regular ice cream, but dairy just does bad things to my body. And you know, one of the things with ice creams like coconut milk and oat milk and things, it can be tough getting them to the right creamy consistency, you know. And oh, that's so good. Doing it this way, I found it's actually better than anything I've ever bought in the store. Like the consistency is so perfect. Like look at that, it scoops in there so nice. And this was on there going for about 20 minutes. Now you can let it go more if you want it a little more firm. By the way, you can totally also put this in the freezer for like an hour to let it firm up, or 2 hours or whatever, you know, until you have your desired firmness. I personally like my ice cream very creamy, so I'm good with this. Just gonna do a little garnish here with a little couple of Oreos I have left over here. And voila, this is ready to eat, enjoy, and it is so out of this world delicious. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So guys, there you go. That's coconut milk ice cream. You know, feel free. There are ways I've seen of doing this where people will just mix all this shit together and freeze it in an airtight container without the machine. I've never tried that. You know, but let me know, you know, how you like the recipe. Try it out if you have an ice cream machine, or if you don't, get your hands on one. $60. I mean, it's so much fun, healthier way of eating ice cream, and you know, it's affordable, right? But let me know if you've made ice cream before and you have recipes you like. Drop them in the comments below. Also, in the description, as I mentioned, I will have some other ideas for things you can mix in with your vanilla base to make some pretty cool flavors and different kinds of ice creams. So that'll be down there. Check that out, along with the base recipe itself for the vanilla. And then again, this was the finale for season 3, so I'm going to be, or season 2 rather. So I'm going to be going into season 3. I'm going to take a little time off, probably like a month, kind of regroup. I got some things I'm doing, a little traveling. But I'm going to be putting together the next season. So if you guys want to see something, if there's, you know, you want to see a specific meal. I know we've talked about doing things with wine pairing, so you'll be seeing that in the next season. More like focus on like meals and pairing with wine and that kind of thing. But anything you want to know, any questions you want answered, products you want tested, anything at all is fine. Also, if there happens to be anything that you have recipe-wise that you would love to see me do, like if you actually have a recipe that you would love me to do, send it in. I'm happy to do a recipe. Like if you got a family recipe or a recipe you just really love, I'm always into learning about new things, and I'm also, you know, I would just love to shout you out on my show and do your recipe, and I just think that would be cool. So guys, until next video, I'm Johnny Farrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for checking out these last 2 seasons. Season 3 coming soon, and I will see y'all later. Mwah!